Turtles occur right the way around the world, in freshwater lakes and rivers. There are hundreds of species, and many have been introduced into captivity for decades. Red-eared sliders, also known as terrapins, cooters, and map turtles. But all of these species grow to about 30 centimeters, and they're really inappropriate for captivity and far too big for most people. What normally happens is that people go to a pet store, find a cute little baby turtle, buy it, bring it home and put it in a small tank. And within a year or two, the turtle's grown far too big for the tank, and then people just release them out into the wild. This can cause a real problem. Introducing turtles into ecosystems where they don't belong can devastate those ecosystems. It can wipe out newts, invertebrates, in some cases fish, and it's caused devastation in countries around the world. In fact, in many countries, the import of turtles is now being increasingly banned. There are a few species of small turtles that you can keep in captivity, such as several species of musk turtles and Reeves turtles. This little guy down here, this is a razorback musk turtle. It's called a musk turtle because when he feels threatened, he releases a smelly, musky odour. And he's also got the name stinkpot turtle. But don't let the name put you off. In captivity, they're very unlikely to release that musky smell unless you really, really trouble and threaten them. Musk turtles are quite easy to keep in captivity. You need a large tank, ideally about 1.2 meters by about half a meter or larger. This tank here is only for demonstration purposes. For an adult musk turtle, this tank really is far too small. It should be at least twice the size of this. But at least it will be able to show all the different aspects that you need to understand in order to keep musk turtles successfully. First of all, of course, you need water. Put in about 20 to 30 centimeters to keep your turtle happy. If you use tap water, make sure to leave the tap water to stand by for about 24 to 48 hours. This will allow the chlorine in the water to dissipate. You then need to heat the water, and so you can put in a thermal heater like this from aquariums and a heat strip thermometer, and you can monitor the temperature with this. You should always make sure that the water temperature is mid-20s degrees centigrade, so something like 24, 25, 26, something like that. That'll keep the turtles nice and happy. Turtles like an area to come out of the water, little basking area, and you can buy these floating plastic islands that have magnets on the outside of the tank. These are really useful because they actually adjust with the level of the water. So if the water decreases, they'll actually move down and up. That will give a turtle an area to climb out on. It's very important to put in an ultraviolet light like this one. Turtles need ultraviolet light in order to produce vitamin D. So this is essential for the turtle's health. Then you need to always remember to change the water roughly every 2 weeks. Sometimes a little bit longer when the turtles grow larger, but certainly when they're young, every 2 to 3 weeks or so. Take out 50% of the water and put that aside. Replenish with either tap water that's stood by for 24 to 48 hours, or with pond water or rainwater. Then you need to know your filter. This is a very important aspect of keeping a turtle. The filter not just cleans the water, but it maintains the healthy bacteria. When you take your filter apart, take out the element that filters the water and wash this not in tap water, but in the water that you've taken out when you're changing the water in the tank. If you wash the element in tap water, it'll actually kill all the good bacteria that maintain the healthy ecosystem in the tank. So that's really, really important. Then to feed your adult musk turtle, you can put in bits of prawns. They also take bloodworms. You can buy pellets. There's lots of different food. In some cases, they'll even eat cabbage and vegetable matter as well. So give him a rich, varied diet, and he'll live happily for many years and offer you years of pleasure. When you buy your turtle, he'll most likely be a little baby. This little guy down here, he's a common musk turtle. He'll grow to about the same size as the razorback musk turtles. When you buy an individual turtle, make sure that his shell is hard. If it's soft, it's an indication of bad nutrition or that the turtle hasn't had enough UV light. And also make sure he has no damage to his little hands and feet and that his eyes are bright and clear. You shouldn't really try and handle your pet turtles. It'll just stress the animal out. If you absolutely have to handle them, or when you're changing the water, make sure that you have good hand hygiene and wash your hands afterwards. Musk turtles are carnivores. In captivity, you can feed them a mixture of chopped earthworms, chopped fish, or tubifex worms. But you can also buy pelleted turtle food. For more information on feeding and general care of musk turtles, please visit the Weird and Wonderful Pets website to download a free care sheet. Please visit the Weird and Wonderful Pets website, where you can secure your copy of the accompanying book.